Hello and welcome to Network. My name is Sphumelele Zondi with your technology and social media news. Happy 2020. Remember that we are on SABC Network on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. It's News Network at sabc.co.za on email. This week our Twitter poll is asking you if you are looking forward to any topic that's going to be coming up in the tech sector in the year 2020. Results of that are coming up later in the program. But first, here's what's coming up tonight. We look at the hacking of some of our colleagues at the SABC. We have details of some of those technologies that are coming up in 2020. And our discussion is looking at content creators who solely use the internet to promote their work. WhatsApp accounts of a few of our colleagues at the SABC have been hacked. I realized when I received a message asking for 1,500 Rand. I immediately called the colleague to verify this information. He told me that he had been hacked. But we've heard that there are people who did go ahead to deposit this 1,500 Rand to whoever has hacked our colleagues' accounts. And those people have lost some money.
The recent WhatsApp hack is pretty alarming. All the hackers had to do was drop a missed encrypted WhatsApp call and messages to their target, and boom, spyware was installed. The hack did not require the user to do anything. Even if the user didn't respond to the messages or pick up the phone, the spyware would still be installed. But maybe what's important about it, it shines a light on the myth that security is equal to end-to-end encryption.
End-to-end encryption is kind of a myth, if you think about it. End-to-end encryption means that when a message leaves your phone to the point where it's delivered to another device, it's encrypted, right, from end-to-end. But by definition, WhatsApp, the application, has to decrypt the message in order to render it to you as a viewer. So the app itself can decrypt the message, which means anything that can intercept the app at your end can steal the message. And it means that WhatsApp itself, of course, has the ability to break its own encryption.
Nothing is secure on this planet. Encryption, yes, takes time to break, but that's just about it. You still have bad software habits that are hard-coded into these apps. For example, there's a software called Burp Suite. So Burp Suite, if you're using WhatsApp Web, it allowed you to change your encryption key in transit, and then you change your cell phone number. But when you change that cell phone number, you don't actually add your cell phone, you add a name. So once you send that message to a group, it crashed the WhatsApp page. You want to know why? Because it expects a cell phone number to come in and not their name.
Last week, SABC producer Lindokuhle Simelane received a mysterious message over WhatsApp from a number he did not recognize. His hackers asked people from his contact list an e-wallet of various big amounts with the promise of paying it back. He did not know it, but his phone had been compromised.
When I was hacked, I was at work, so one of my colleagues received a message, and the message was asking for, the person was pretending to be me, asking my colleagues for 1,500, because they said that the message read that, "Hi, I lost my bank card, can you please e-wallet me 1,500, I'll pay you back tomorrow."
But how to tell if your smartphone is being hacked?
There's something called BEEF, Browser Exploitation Framework. So these are all free tools online. So BEEF can run exploits on your browser and directly execute arbitrary files. So arbitrary files can be your APK, or it can be something that is installed within your browser. Then you start seeing your phone popping up adverts. You start seeing your phone randomly doing stuff you don't know of. And I'm sure most of us have experienced that.
Social media law expert Diana Scholes says victims of cyberbullying and WhatsApp scams are protected by law.
We have to take legal action against somebody. So the first thing we do is we can report it to the social media platform, we get the IP address, we track down the actual hacker, which can sometimes prove to be very difficult. Remember, hackers are technical geniuses, so they find ways and means to hide and through backdoors and all sorts of things. So the first step is to find, obviously, the perpetrator, and then we take action.
She advises that the Protection from Harassment Act refers to mental, emotional and psychological harm.
if somebody has defamed us, they've ruined our reputation by putting out posts and content or saying things that we haven't said. We can then have an action for defamation or the damage to our reputation. If our dignity has been harmed, say for example, you have private photos on your phone. Some of them are nude photos, and those get published. That again, it harms our dignity. So it harms, it's a violation to our right to privacy, which is something that we can sue for damages for.
Tech experts say there are several measures one can take against phone hacking, most of which involve common sense.
You should always make sure that you have a secure password manager that you know you can log on to any time of the day, whereby you can get passwords for your WhatsApp, you can get passwords for your Twitter, and it must be encrypted. The other thing is stop sharing apps on ShareIt. I mean, if an app has been installed on a phone, then ShareIt just takes that OBB file, the APK file in your OBB folder, and sends it to someone else. How do we know that it's not tampered with? That's the worst trend ever. You don't get apps from unofficial sources. No matter how good it is, you don't. It's rather you go through Play Protect. Play Protect is a service running on Google Play that makes sure that the behavior of certain apps is monitored so that it does not actually hack you.
MTN issued a statement saying the company is working to assist affected customers. Those in the industry say if you have not received any WhatsApp messages or dropped calls from unknown parties, then you have probably not been targeted. But if you happen to be a journalist or work in sensitive industries and use WhatsApp, even for personal correspondence, you should be vigilant.
Every year there are new technologies that often do well, but these technologies are often predicted by people who are scientists in that regard. They do research to find out what the trends are, and then they tell us what we are likely going to be using in the coming year. They predicted that smartphones would be cheaper, for example, the 1 year. They predicted that there would be emojis that we'd be using to communicate a bit more. They even predicted that there'd be increased use of mobile money. Let's find out what they are saying about the year 2020.
So AI is already here. It's making a big difference. 2020 is absolutely going to be a year where that continues. But a lot of it will be surprisingly boring. It'll be background stuff, and you'll just see services getting better driven by this technology. Customer experience, at the moment we're seeing a revolution in the way that customers expect to engage with online services, with offline brands, and that's shaping a lot of traditional businesses. If you think about retail or banking or healthcare, a lot of the engagements that those customers have is now shaped by what is effectively a mobile app experience, even if they don't see it that way. That's where the drivers come from. That's starting to translate through into government services as well. You know, we expect to be able to file our taxes online or apply for a business license online. You know, a major shift there in how people conduct their daily lives. Streaming services are now here in South Africa making a good impact, so that's good. We've seen some big international brands launch. Obviously, we'd like to see more local brands stepping up, and at the moment there's a very limited number of those that are doing it. There's a lot of potential. The hope is that the availability of the platforms will stimulate local content, and we'll see more of that coming through. There are signs of that, but I'd like to see more. And there are some niche areas where there's a lot of potential for local content. Sport is one, drama is one, music is a big one. Right across Sub-Saharan, there's a lot of interest in that, and education is another. So using these streaming services to push out education services. There's a lot of risks online. There was some years ago the proposal to have a sort of driver's license for the internet, sort of help educate people about what is safe and what isn't. I think that's still needed. You know, we're in a situation where the services that we're using are increasingly sophisticated, and so are the risks. And I don't think as consumers that we're aware of that. And we shouldn't be, right? We shouldn't be aware of the security because it should be taken care of, but the reality is that right now it isn't. So 2020, we will definitely see more data breaches, more data leaks, a lot more personal data being exposed. That's a given. How we handle that and how bad the impact will be remains to be seen. But unfortunately, it's a prediction that I'm very confident making. Blockchain at the moment is going through a bit of a dip in terms of popularity. We're very excited about it. Everyone's talking about blockchain, and now it's kind of diminished. That's probably a healthy thing. There are a lot of very good applications where blockchain makes a ton of sense. Cryptocurrency, not really one of them, to be honest. A lot of the hype around cryptocurrency was basically fraud. Now that that's gone away, people are starting to look at how you use a distributed ledger to exchange health records, for example, or conduct cross-border banking. Areas where blockchain actually makes a huge amount of sense. It's just not necessarily as visible. So plenty of work happening. We'll probably see some breakthroughs this year. There'll definitely be some new research, but I don't expect it to be particularly public. Overall, I think one of the takeaways for South Africa is that the economy is not in a great place at the moment, and there's a lot of influences which are negative. So internationally, we've got the political situation, we've got the potential for violence in the Middle East, we've got commodity prices which aren't great. So there's a lot of factors affecting us. Our own GDP growth is pretty poor. And then on top of that, now we've got new cycles of load shedding, which always depresses business confidence as well as the economy directly. So all of those things together, we are seeing a lot of pressure on organizations to increase efficiency. And that comes through to one of the major themes at the moment, which is automation. So how we take advantage of technologies to increase our business efficiency. So that'll be a big theme throughout this year.
Over the festive season, there's a man who uploaded a rap of himself with the song Phoyisa being repeated on that particular rap. He was dancing to the song as well. This was done on social media. DJ Maphorisa found out about him on social media. He called him into the studio. The song was released on social media again on New Year's Eve. It became a smash hit without the use of any traditional media. After the break, we chat to a content creator about whether traditional media is still needed for them to promote their work. It is SABC Network on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. Welcome back. You would have seen trending videos of social media of people dancing around cops or with the police saying, "Samba no maphoyisa." That song became popular without any traditional media. It started as a video of a man with that particular line dancing. It trended. DJ Maphorisa heard about it, called him into the studio. He released it on the 31st of December. It became an immediate smash hit the day it was released. It's become a series of trending social media videos since then without the use of social media. This video was uploaded online in December. It trended. Popular hitmaker DJ Maphorisa then contacted Kwesta Kufet for a studio recording. Rapper Casper Nyovest threw in a verse. On 31 December, a new song called Phoyisa was released online. It became an instant hit without any traditional media involvement. Through the use of social media again, there's now a Phoyisa social media challenge. Even celebrities like rapper and poet Busiswa are sharing themselves as they dance to the song. Kwesta Kufet became a recording artist from one popular social media video. This shows that many need traditional media less and less to succeed. So I had a conversation with content creator Dawood Pungula. He even gets paid for his videos on YouTube. I was trying to find out if there is now a need for traditional media for people who are content creators like himself. Dawood Pungula, thank you very much for being a part of our network. Maybe if you can start by telling us why you decided to be an online content creator.
The reason why I decided to be an online content creator is because I realized that as a person who has the love and passion of being in the media and entertainment industry, it's hard to be part of the traditional media. However, we now have the opportunity, since we have social media, we now have the opportunity to deliver whatever talent that we have through social media. So I am a presenter and there is YouTube, and then I decided, okay, because I love presenting, let me use this opportunity of YouTube and start creating content for people who are hungry for such content.
What kind of devices do you use when you do this?
When I do my content or when I record my content, I actually use my cell phone.
So purely from the cell phone, what's the process thereafter?
I wake up in the morning, I shoot with my cell phone, or I create content. After creating content, I shoot, and then after shooting, and then I use my computer to edit my content and then upload online.
What kind of content is this that you're talking about?
The content that I deliver on my channel, it's Maskandi content in a language that people understand, which is of course isiZulu, because I realized that when you look online, when you look on YouTube specifically, there's no much content which is done in Vernac, whereas we have a lot of people who understand Vernac, but there's no content for them online.
Maybe if you can tell us about the monetization process of what you do.
Yes, even though it's not quite easy to get there, you need to work very, very hard. In order for you to get monetized on YouTube, you need to work very hard. You need to get 1,000 subscribers, get more than 200,000 views. After working that hard, you send your application to YouTube. You open an account which is called an AdSense account. And therefore, after that, YouTube will go through your content and see if it's good enough to be monetized. And therefore, after that, if they feel that it's good enough to be monetized, which means they can actually advertise, they can put ads on your videos, and then they approve you. And then after approving you, you then get paid like that on YouTube.
Do you think you could have done this had you gone through the traditional media route?
To be honest, I don't think so. I know it's been a while. My journey started way back in the year 2016, and what I'm just doing entertainment news only. We do have some people who work for traditional media or who are contributors in traditional media, but they create content as entertainers, but they don't get paid for that. But here I am online creating content and of course getting paid for it.
Do you think content creators really need traditional media?
To be honest, we really don't need it because we have a lot of people online. We have people here in the palms of our hands. Hence, you get to see that traditional media wants to start working with online sensations because they know they have fans, they have the numbers. So that's why you'd find they want to work with online sensations because they know that they have the followership. So yeah, I don't think we really need traditional media anymore.
And after this, so what's next? Do you still want to get into traditional media?
No, I don't think so. I don't really think so that I would really love to get a break into the traditional media because when my journey started, at first I wanted to gain experience. But now if you want to be part of traditional media, the main aim, you are working because you want to get paid. So if I am a writer and I am getting paid, I am even getting paid more than what a person can be paid on traditional media, then why would I still want to break into the traditional media scene? However, if they want me, I would never say no because it means it's going to be an addition of money to the money that I'm already getting.
Dawood Pungula, thank you very much for being a part of our network. It is SABC Network on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. News Network at sabc.co.za on email. Welcome back. Now, here's what else has been taking place in the technology space in the rest of the world.
This week's Tech Wrap focuses on the Consumer Electronics Show that flooded the tech media space. Some technology behemoths took center stage to showcase their latest products at the Las Vegas event. The spotlight was on screens of all types. Samsung unveiled a huge 292-inch 8K television called The Wall. Using modular micro-LED technology, micro-LED allows screens to be thinner, brighter, and use less power than the OLED displays that are increasingly being adopted for a variety of smart devices.
That's our 292-inch, massive and beautiful modular micro-LED display called The Wall. Based on a completely modular technology, so really gives you the ability as the consumer to decide exactly how big, how wide, how full of resolution you'd like your display to be. The one behind me is pretty incredible.
The Wall also comes in smaller sizes, and its modular design allows it to be customized to fit various spaces. LG also showcased its Rollable O Led Television for a second year, with a display of 10 screens that disappear into their own slim cabinets and its transparent television aimed at the retail sector.
We're seeing massive television sets that you might not buy, or I might not buy. I mean, talking about the size of walls. What that tells us is in the future, the ability to manufacture those things on a large scale is possible. So that means TVs that size with high resolution and, blacks and bright colors will get less expensive. Not this year, not next, but big screen televisions are coming, and that is a massive, win for people who like entertainment.
Other technologies showcased at CES 2020 is this toilet paper delivering robot.
Charmin Robot, designed to be your savior should you be stranded on the throne, out of toilet paper, no one hears your cry for help. You fire it up with an app on your smartphone, the Charmin Robot will come to your rescue.
And this D-Free B1 is a wearable device that uses ultrasound sensors to track movements through the intestine.
Here we're very excited to be announcing D-Free B1, which is a prototype of our sensor to track your intestinal activities. This little sensor that you attach on your tummy will monitor your intestines around the clock and let you know when it's ready or when you're ready to go to the bathroom.
Japanese company Triple W returned to Vegas after having won Best of CE 2019 in the digital health and fitness category for its bladder sensor last year. Cars were also a big feature at the show. Autonomous cars are always one of the big attractions at the annual Las Vegas event, and 3 of the world's leading manufacturers believe they've got the best steer on what drivers want. Japanese car maker Honda and Toyota unveiled their new concept cars.
To accelerate, you simply push forward on it, and I am accelerating. I'm going up to 60 miles an hour, that's pretty good.
Honda's design dispenses with pedals for a minimalistic autonomous experience. Elsewhere, Toyota's LQ concept car takes autonomy one step further, allowing its car to read drivers' biometrics and even tap their emotional state.
For example, you're having a little bit of a down day, the car notices this through biometrics and will actually suggest to you, hey, why don't we go take a visit to that favorite spot of yours in the park, or well, this favorite movie of yours is playing at 7:30 p.m. Why don't we get some tickets?
The Consumer Electronics Show opened its doors on the 7th and ended on the 10th of January 2020.
It is SABC Network on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. News Network at sabc.co.za on email. That's it. That's all we have for you. That's our first show of 2020. From me and the rest of the team, thank you very much for being a part of our network. Bye-bye. Have a good one.